Welcome back, everybody. This is Weeknights. I am JD, aka He Who Pods. You about to say something?
I was gonna say, oh yes, it's weeknights, and the vibes are right. Oh yes, it's weeknights. So what? Oh, what a night! And I am Dash, aka Dashing D, aka the real king of R&B, aka Cool Grandma, but not really. Um, yeah. And Vamoose, if you were here, you were here yesterday.
Oh, did I edit that out?
I
I don't
didn't,
even think so.
I
I
didn't
think
mean
it's
for
still
you
in.
to. That's
I
why
think it's still
that's
in.
why I announced it.
It might still be in there. I don't remember.
I definitely got up and walked away and said
That's
vamoose
true.
before I walked away. It's fine. Um, but yeah, this is weeknights, and
Now I gotta go back and listen to our episode
yeah, me too. But this is where we give you the latest, the greatest, and the shameless
of the entertainment industry.
of the entertainment industry. Yes, because remember, I needed my notebook. It was either last night or the night before where I needed my notebook, and I was like, "Oh,
Oh,
vamoose!" And I got up and just
it
walked
was
out.
it was Monday, and I don't think it's edited out. So
It's
I'm probably just sitting there like.
yeah, it's fine. It's totally fine. But this is
I'm
what
definitely gonna go back now and watch that episode and see did I did I edit it out or not?
yeah, yeah.
Because if not, that's a funny thing to leave in.
That's hilarious.
Oh shit.
But yeah, so let's get started. Um,
Yes, let's get started. So
mhm.
we have heard all the rumors
Yep.
throughout all the years of another Friday being done or not done or maybe getting done or possibly getting done. Well, straight from the source, Ice Cube has confirmed
Hmm.
that the next Friday, Friday number 4, is coming, and it will be distributed by Warner Brothers.
So it's a big production.
I believe it was Warner Brothers. I'm gonna double check that though,
That sounds right.
because I try not to just blurt out random nonsense when we do this platform, when we do this show. I try to give our platform some integrity, and I know you do too.
Absolutely.
So let me go back and try before the people in the comments say, you guys are liars. He didn't say Warner Brothers. He said such and such company.
Right.
All right. According to World Star Hip Hop, it says, according to reports, Ice Cube revealed to Flavor Flav in a video shared by SiriusXM on Saturday that a fourth Friday movie is being developed with Warner Brothers Discovery. Quote, we got some traction with Warner Brothers.
Oh,
They have new leadership. My man, Mike DeLuca, who used to be at New Line when I first did the first Friday and Players Club and All About the Benjamins, you know, Mike DeLuca was there, Cube explained.
okay.
That's it. That's the post. So Friday 4 is coming.
Yep. I gotta be honest. I'm tired of sequels and reboots. I don't
They,
care.
they ain't going nowhere.
I know, but I don't care. Like,
Okay.
we were fine. We were good.
People wanted another Friday.
No, I know people wanted it, and that's fine. Listen, I'm never going to say that you should not give the people what they want. I
Okay.
think I think that if there is a market for it,
A demand.
then put it out. If there are people who are willing to um, go buy tickets to this film or stream it or however you're going to distribute it to them, sure, right? Like, great, wonderful. From a business perspective, it all makes sense to me. I'm not knocking that at all. But for me personally, I like to preserve what exists already. I'm good with that. I'm not a purist, so it's not that I'm not going to watch any of this stuff, and it's not that I'm going to, regardless of how well put together something is, I'm not for it. And there have been reboots and sequels that I have been really excited about. When you
Okay.
start getting to film number 4, though, for something that was not necessarily like meant to have so many iterations in the beginning, and I don't know what their plan was in the beginning. But let's take something for like Hunger Games, for instance. Like that was a book. It was a series of books, right? So you knew that one film wasn't going to cover the entire story. Or
Right.
something like Marvel, where you know that one film can't encompass everything that the comic universe entails. Totally makes sense to me. Totally understand. Certain things need sequels, and certain things even could stand to be revamped. But I
Okay.
don't really want another Friday.
Why not?
I don't know. I just don't. I'm not that excited about it. I just feel like Friday's great, but like sometimes you have to quit while you're ahead.
Okay.
I don't really remember the third one, to be honest, and maybe that's why. Maybe if I remembered the third one, I would feel like, yeah, this is wonderful. But I don't remember the third one. Um, but Friday and Friday After Next, great films.
But Friday after next is the third one, no?
Oh wait, then what was the second one?
Next Friday. That's
Next.
why I just looked up. I wanted to know when the last one came out. So,
I'm sorry.
according to Google, it was Friday, 1995,
Hmm.
next Friday, 2000, and Friday after next, 2002.
Okay, so I got the titles mixed up. Friday and Next Friday. And I'm not saying that, again, I'm not saying that Friday After Next wasn't a good film. I really don't remember it right now. Like, I can't think of what happened in the film. But the Friday franchise has been great. I just
It
feel
was
like,
Christmas.
oh, yeah, okay, it's kind
It
of Christmas.
says, it says, Craig and Day Day back in the old neighborhood where it all began. It's Christmas time, and a ghetto Santa Claus breaks into their run-down apartment,
Yeah, I remember.
stealing all their presents along with anything else he can stuff into his sack, including the rent money. You remember it?
I remember it
Or
now.
I keep reading.
No, I
Okay.
remember it now. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'll watch it when it comes out. I'm not that hard to please when it comes to things. I'm not gonna say, "Oh my gosh, I'm not gonna watch this," but I just kind of feel like, okay, thank you, I guess. I know Ice Cube has wanted to do it for a really long time, so good for him that he was able to get the project off the ground. Um, that's exciting for him. Um, but yeah, what do you think?
I think it's exciting. I think that, there's a huge fan base for the movie Friday.
Hmm.
There's been a lot of demand over the years, and I also think a lot of the people who were in the Friday movies today are in a very different place in their careers. I think this could be a really big movie if you can band some of those folks together. I think some people we haven't seen in a long time, so it'd be nice to see them again. And I think it's a good way to close out the franchise all these years later. And who knows if it has blockbuster success, maybe we get Friday 5 and 6.
Okay.
I mean, Hunger Games has 7 movies. No, and that's Harry Potter. Sorry, Hunger Games has 5 movies, and it looked like they got way more coming. Like it don't look like Hunger Games is slowing down, and Harry Potter was 7 films. So,
Yeah.
I mean, if they can have 7, and I'm not saying that, let me be clear for those people who want to come in and scrutinize the things that we say. I'm not saying that Friday is as compelling as the Harry Potter franchise. I'm just saying that if there's a demand and if we can get 7 Harry Potter films, then we can, and 5 Hunger Games films, then why not get Friday? Or what may happen is perhaps because we're talking about Warner Brother Discovery, perhaps after Friday number 4, Ice Cube and Warner Brothers start doing limited series
I
tied to the
can see that.
characters or tied to the show. I could totally see that happening.
I can see that. Um,
Because one thing I think I think the industry can appreciate, especially today, is original content and original ideas. And regardless of how you feel about Ice Cube, we can say for sure that he has the ability to come up with original concepts and the ability to come up with films that are not going to be the cookie cutter copy and paste films that are the rest of the industry.
Mm-hmm.
Friday films are not like every other film. And so if you come with a Friday film and it's a hit, I could see I was gonna say I could see Blockbuster. I could see that Blockbuster film turning into a series or a group of series. I mean, 50 has a whole power universe.
He does. Yeah.
So we could easily get the Friday universe. And we have something like Bel Air, where, and now maybe this is a reach, but if Bel Air can turn from a comedy to something serious, Friday 4 could be the transition into something that says, okay, here's a dark comedy, for example, or here's a story that's like, man, that character JD was really dark. What's his backstory? Bam. And now instead of a comedy series,
Mm-hmm.
you got a limited series about JD's dark past.
I like the way you're thinking. I do. You're
Thank you.
you're thinking bigger picture, and I appreciate that. I was not looking at it like that. I was kind of just looking at it through my own lens of fatigue with feeling like we keep
Movie
getting
franchises.
recycled ideas.
Mhm.
That can be frustrating sometimes.
I mean, how
Especially-
many Fast and Furious movies we up to? 12, 11?
Oh, you can because
And
you kept saying Harry Potter and Hunger Games, and I know I was the one who brought up Hunger Games, but yeah, as you were talking, I was thinking to myself, you're talking about those films and you're saying seven, but Fast and Furious, they have
mm,
surpassed all of them.
yeah,
So, but at some point I stopped watching the Fast and Furious movies.
but they still got enough demand to keep making them.
Of course, and that's fine, and that's why I said I want people to have their good time. So if people are excited about this, then let them have what they want. I don't, I'm not mad at that. I just, for me, I'm just like, oh, another one, okay, all right. Well,
Another one.
I'll wait and see if I'm interested in it. Maybe I will be, and I'll be pleasantly surprised and that's that. But I feel like there's so much room for the more films you create, the more room for error there is, and that kind of always gives me pause. Um,
Yeah, I see both sides. I don't think you're wrong. I think there are franchises like a Fast and Furious that we don't need any more films. But their fans, I see the opposite side too, where their fans are saying, no, no, we love these things. Drop
right,
one every summer. We're here for it. And
right.
I feel like, all right, well, we didn't get a Friday in 22 years, and it's not going to come out this year probably.
No, I don't think.
So well, then, yeah, we could get one last Friday, or we could relaunch the Friday series with a bunch of new comedians. In the last 20 something years, there are plenty of comedians and actors who have risen and have their own career. It would be cool to see how they incorporate some of these other actors, comedians, etc. Because, and like I said, you never know where that may take things. So I see both sides. I'm not the person who's going to, pre order the Friday 4 tickets and gather the squad to go see Friday 4, in the premiere. But I feel like, let black folks get it too. Like if Fast and Furious and Harry Potter and Hunger Games and
Yeah,
what's the other one? Lord of the Rings, and The Hobbit and all these things. Like
yeah,
years later, there's like shows on Amazon Prime of I think it's not Harry Potter, it's either Lord of the Rings or The Hobbit. One of them has an Amazon Prime show after those long movies already came out all those years ago.
yeah.
So I feel like, well, then why not Friday? The market is thirsty for original content. I feel like, forget about seeing both sides. I feel like, hey, if Ice Cube is capable of creating these original things
Hmm.
and we
Oh, yeah,
and we appreciate it,
yeah.
why not?
Agree. I'm with you on that. I am. I am. I think I just get a little frustrated with,
I think once you see a good trailer, you'll be ready to go see Friday 4.
yeah, I'm sure I'll be open to it. You know what I'm ready for though?
What are you ready for?
Rabbit hole.
Rabbit Hole. Rabbit Hole finally comes out in just a few hours.
Just a few hours.
I don't have my watch on, but and I didn't show the other side because I got a 10 and my daughter was making fun of me. I'll share with the people. Look, I
Oh,
got the
you
watch
got the one
lines.
ten. Mm-hmm.
He said, "Dad, you got a watch 10? What the hell?" I said, "I was outside with my watch on. What you want me to do? It's blazing hip hop and R&B out here. What you want me to do?" And
Exactly.
then that became a whole conversation of why did you say blazing hip hop and R&B? I said, "All right, girl, you from New York. Let me put you on." But yeah,
So
Rabbit Hole comes out in just a few hours. Um, and it's fun. So you want to tell the folks what we about to do?
yeah, so I thought it would be cool. We talk about music on this platform
We
just
do.
about every day.
I'm about to say
And
quite often.
more often than not, we're talking about music in some way, shape, or form. So I thought that what better way to get ready, gear us up for Rabbit Hole, which drops tomorrow, um, for you to share a little something, something with us.
Yeah.
You
So
know,
I said, all right. I'm scared, but I'll do it.
so please, without further ado,
I got
please,
you. So
please
this
share it
this
with
is
us.
it's a bit of a controversial record. I already got pressed about this record recently.
Hmm.
Someone asked me why the hell would I create this kind of song.
Hmm. Well, so before you hit play,
Yeah.
what is the idea behind Rabbit Hole? Just so we understand.
Well, it's a double entendre, your favorite kind of thing, a nothing entendre. Um, for those who know our show,
Yeah.
and it's many iterations, nothing entendres. But no, it's a play on the Alice in Wonderland, follow the rabbit hole thing.
Mhm.
Um, but I feel like we all go through different time frames where we're going down our own personal rabbit hole. Lots of things can take you down a rabbit hole, and in the words of Kendrick, the rabbit hole gets deep. So I think there's lots of different ways that we all go down rabbit holes, and so I invite y'all to take a trip down the rabbit hole with me.
Love that.
Thanks. So this record is called Fool.
Okay.
When I was sipping champagne by the pool, I thought that I was getting paid for a fool. I said back when I was sipping champagne by the pool, I thought that I was getting paid for a fool. You pitched it to me, said it was real. You met my daughter, we sealed the deal. Gave up my job, I gave up my job. That was real hard, real hard. Niggas thought when I gave up my crib, I lost my mind. I thought I found something special, something hard to find. We was living large, 2 years in the swimming pool. 16 miles from everyone I know, but that's cool. I'm about to be domesticated, baby. And start a new life with my lady. Plus we about to start to talk some business. So all I can do is think about how fly this is. Now skip a chapter, we'll skip a few. Honeymoon is over, ain't nothing new. Sipping champagne, thinking we was cool. But I was being played for a fucking fool. Back when I was sipping champagne by the pool, you thought that I was being played for a fool. I said back when I was sipping champagne by the pool, you thought that I was being played for a fool. Back when I was sipping champagne by the pool, you thought that I was getting played for a fool. I said back when I was sipping champagne by the pool, you thought that I was getting played for a fool. Woman who would probably be my wife today. All because I believe every lie that she would say. Living lavish, eating good, fucking every night. Silly me, I couldn't see you beating on my wife. Thought that we were building something, I was so wrong. Didn't know that you were scheming on me all along. If I'm a mark, why the fuck you had me raising Canaan? And dead and homeless with a daughter that was devastated. Destroyed it all. We were flourishing. Getting lies and Mark Morrison. No more champagne, swimming in the pain. Then you got the nerve to start a smear campaign. Use a foul bitch, straight up. Been a minute, but I got my weight up, right? Not my hate up. I've been keeping cool. Guess I'm down with CeeLo Green. I'm a fool. And that was Fool.
That was dope.
Thanks. As had to show him I'm the whistler. You know what I'm saying?
I listen. Now I knew that you were the whistler, but but
uh,
but yeah, no, you killed. First of all, I can't whistle, so anytime I hear someone else whistle, I'm like, how do you do? My mouth just doesn't do that. So 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 yes, I love the whistle at the end because I just feel like, oh wow, look at you showing us all of your talents in one shot.
Sometimes you got to pop out and show niggas.
Exactly, exactly. So this song is really deep.
The rabbit hole gets deep.
I mean, you really did go down the rabbit hole with this one. I feel like you went from, I'm trying to make sure I remember it the way you said it. You went from sipping champagne by the pool to like swimming in pain.
That's right.
That's, I mean, yes, down a rabbit hole. It feels like you started like at the top of the rabbit hole and then just kind of
Fell all the way down.
fell all the way
Like
down.
rabbit, like Alice just tumbling. Just oh
Yeah,
no,
it's just,
no.
oh no.
Right.
So
Well,
I have to ask,
sometimes that's what happens, right?
right? So this is very personal, obviously. I mean, okay, I guess my first question should be: I know more than the audience probably does, so let me try to backtrack a little bit. Is this a true story?
Yes.
Okay,
I'm a good storyteller, but
great.
this one is true.
So
Yeah.
this, okay, so this is a true story. So you went really deep. Like, is it when you're writing this and you're because it's one thing like people journal and things like that and write like all their business down in a notebook and no one ever sees it.
Yeah.
How do you reconcile going that deep, being that honest, telling your business
Telling
essentially,
your business. Uh, That's definitely telling my business.
and then putting it out to the world? Because I mean, this is going to be available to everyone tomorrow. So,
Yep.
what's that like? Like, what is your thought process when you're writing something like this?
I think it's a few things. For me, it sounds cliche probably, but for me, writing is therapy. Music is therapy. And so the same way you might call a friend and say, "Man, let me tell you this horrible shit I've been through." For me, it's easier to do that with music than say it to a friend.
Hmm.
I also think an added layer for me is relatability. Did someone go from sipping champagne by the pool to being homeless? I don't know if everyone's experience is that, or many people have that experience, but I do think there's a relatability factor when you're open and honest. And I know for me personally, I love introspective music.
Hmm.
It's one of the things that drew me to Joe Budden as an artist when he first came out. It's one of the things I have always loved about Drake's music. To me, those are the tracks that you walk away feeling like, wow, I really could relate to this person. Or this is a human being. It's not just a rich guy who's popping bottles like most of the artists slash rappers tell you they are, right? It's not just, hey, we was popping bottles in VIP. It was bad bitches all around. Yeah, that's cool. Whatever. We know you got the new fly car and the baddest girls on the planet, but what you going through?
Yeah.
And so for me, being able to peel off some of these layers of armor and share my experience. It's like a therapeutic feeling.
Mm-hmm.
And as a bit of an asshole, I think it's cool to be able to turn your pain into something else. I think it's cool to be able to say, I went through something good, bad, whatever. You know, it could be the birth of your child, right? Like Game has a song called Like Father, Like Son, where he speaks about the birth of his first child, him rushing through the emergency room, him getting the phone call, her water broke, being able to, I think, being able to share something that personal and turning it into something that is relatable and fun to listen to. I think that's like the hidden gem. I think that's like a gift only a few people have.
Yeah.
Not to say that no one can do it, but me and the Game and Joe Budden and Drake. Of course, other people can do it, but I just feel like it's a cool thing to be able to do. Like I feel like it's a cool flex to be able to say like,
Mm-hmm.
man, when I was in depression for 5 years, I made this album that everyone loves. I didn't do that. I'm giving an example.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, yeah, that's the album that connected with millions and millions of people. That is some people's story, right? Like
Yeah.
so if you could say, man, I turned my 5 year depression into a number one selling album
Mm-hmm.
and went on a world tour where people are singing the song about my pain. It's like a really cool thing to be able to do. Now I'm not that famous or I'm nothing. I'm no one. Uh
You're going to.
pun intended. Yeah, pun intended, nothing
Like,
is also on rabbit hole.
I get the
But
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, I just think as an asshole, it's a little bit. It's kind of cool to be able to say like, man, like I was dead broke and couldn't order Chinese food. I was jealous of my coworker, and that's on the song. And now people bump it all the time.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's dope. So you kind of mentioned this in the beginning before
Mhm.
you started playing it, but do you ever do you ever worry? Does it matter to you that you're putting out something that is honest, um, which I think is great. I think that listen, I have a podcast called Hardly Minding My Business. I think it's perfectly fine to just go
Where you often speak about your own business.
exactly. So I've never really had a problem with that, um, but in revealing certain things about yourself, you're also revealing things about people adjacent to you or people who have been within your orbit. So, do you ever worry about how people will receive what you put out there?
I think it depends on your relationship with the person. There are songs that I've written that are very personal, where I've shared things about my experience that was tied directly to others. Uh, I mean, I mentioned the person by name, but you may know a piece of the story and say, "Oh, he's talking about Gray Tank Top." This could directly affect Gray Tank Top for the few people who know, or you never know what could happen. And so in those instances, yeah, I have reached out to Great Tank Top in that example and said, hey, I'm considering writing a song about this experience. Are you okay with me sharing that? What are you okay with me sharing? What
Mm-hmm.
should I not say or mention? Here's my thought. And we'll have a conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Um, in other instances, I have not discussed anything because me and that person are no longer tied together, or the things have changed so drastically that I may not care how they feel. I think there are different instances, and I think that depending on the relationship and your feeling about that person, then you will make moves accordingly. And so, yeah, there are times when I'm worried, and I'll even ask that. Like in the instance where I spoke about Gray Tank Top, even though we had a conversation, they heard that song before anyone else. They heard it as soon as it was recorded, unmixed, raw. Boop, hey, here's what I did. Check it out. If there's a problem, please let me know.
Yeah.
And I have been fortunate enough where there hasn't been a problem. But if there was, and Gray Tank Top was someone I cared about and was friends with, or a family member who I cherished, I wouldn't leave it there. If Great Tank Top said, "Oh, is there any way you could change that fifth line?" I'll say, "Yeah, give me a minute. I got it."
Okay. Okay. I respect that. I respect that. I do.
Yeah,
So
I don't want music to destroy the relationships I have with people I cherish and care about.
absolutely, that makes sense. So I'm gonna ask you one last question because I know we don't have
Okay, I'm
a
about
lot
to say,
of
yeah,
time.
we gotta hit one more topic before we get out of here. This ain't the JD
I
podcast.
know we don't have a lot of time, and hopefully, later on we'll be able to do something a little bit more in depth. But my last question is, what do you hope people take away from this project?
Um, I just wanted to make some relatable music. I don't have a goal for what I want people to take away.
Hmm.
Um, I just hope people enjoy the music and maybe share it with a friend. I hope that it's relatable and it doesn't sound like this nigga's talking about Mars and Pluto and I don't have any relatability to it. And the purpose of the project is to just say, hey, come on this ride with me. And so yeah, I just hope people enjoy the ride.
Okay, I dig that. Well, we will definitely make sure that the link is in the show notes so you
Yes.
can check out the project. It will be available by morning.
Yes.
So
Yes.
I'm really excited
Thursday,
about it.
Thursday, June 27th.
Yeah,
So if you're hearing this before that, in just a few hours, if you're hearing it after that,
it's available
available now.
now. So I'm really excited about it. I'm really excited for you. I think this is super cool. Um, and yeah, we'll have to come back and we'll have to revisit it. I know this is not the end. I know you have some more things up your sleeve, even though you don't have on sleeves.
No sleeves. I'm about to say no sleeves. Sorry.
You have
No
some
sleeves.
other things hiding in your tank top, but
No sleeves.
but um but yeah, we will definitely revisit this. But I'm really excited about it, and I think it's really dope. So
Thanks.
congratulations to you, co-host.
Thank you, co-host.
You're welcome.
Um, and speaking of revisiting,
I'm not revisiting.
speaking of revisiting, Lauryn Hill, Lauryn Hill is going back on tour.
I saw it already. I'm good. That's it. That's all I have to say. I saw it already. Thank you, Lauren. Make another album, please, so we can hear it the way it was intended.
That's not nice.
No, 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 because you know that you're not here. Look, there's a monsoon going on outside.
Yeah, it's raining. For real, for real.
Oh my god, oh, I gotta get away from this window. No, here's my. I love Lauryn Hill, and I have said that. My frustration with Lauryn Hill, one, she's angry at like everybody in the audience, and it's just weird. And then the other problem is we already know Lauryn Hill's MO. We know that she's not going to show up on time. We like the things that we have said repeatedly about Lauryn Hill and how she basically makes it seem like, you know, she's doing us a favor by showing up. That just
She
frustrates me.
she said her words. Y'all lucky I'm even on this blood clot stage.
No, we paid Lauren. We paid. That's why you're on the stage. You wouldn't be on the stage if we did not pay to see you. I'm not going to get into that again. But what I will say is, I'm happy for her. I'm happy that she's still able to perform. She's still able to go on tour. I think that's great. I think it's great that, the Fugees have kind of figured out whatever their stuff is, and she also performs with them.
Mhm.
But I will not be attending because I have seen Lauryn Hill in the last couple of years. I had a great time. She was wonderful, and I only needed to do that once. I'm not in the business of stressing myself out about waiting for somebody to show up for a concert. I'm sorry. I don't have the patience. I just don't.
Well, the flyer says the celebration continues.
Hmm.
Miss Lauryn Hill and the Fugees, featuring or yeah, with special guest YG Marley, and it says plus special guest to be announced.
Okay. and again, good for her. Like I don't. What do you think? You going to see Lauren again?
Lauren will not be in a city near me. She's the New York and New Jersey shows are not anywhere where I can get to by train. You know, MTA and Jersey Transit are not going there as far as I know. But I saw Lauren at Roots in 2023, same as you. And I was blessed to be able to do so. No, I am not buying tickets to this tour. But I think those who want to go see Lauryn Hill live, it's a great experience.
Oh yeah.
And if you can put up with the fact that she's going to be late, if you can put up with the fact that she might not show up, then you should go
And if you can
and you
put
should
it,
enjoy it because it was a hell of a show. And
yeah.
that I have no complaints about.
And if you can put up with the fact that, because some people don't like this, the fact that the music will sound different. It's not going to sound like the
Yeah,
album sounds. If you're okay with that, then that's okay. I love live music, so to me, it's not weird to have a band
yeah,
that
to
kind
me
of
that
fits
was
your
okay to do a
sound
different
and bring.
interpolation of the
Yeah,
record.
I don't. That to me didn't. To me, that just created a live music experience. It didn't.
Yeah. And
Um,
I think that speaks to the creativity and talent of an artist to be able to say, I'm going to repackage this in a different way where you'll still enjoy it, but
yeah,
it's going to be a bit of a different experience. Really, that's what live shows are supposed to be.
yeah,
Perhaps not a completely different interpolation of the record, but a live show is not supposed to be an exact copy and paste of the record. Very often, talented artists will sing in a different tone, use a different inflection, add something to make it where it's not the same as you just playing it on
right,
your headphones.
yeah. And that's what I want. Like I want to hear the instruments. I want to hear the band in the background. I want all of that because that's all a part of that live music experience. So, um, but some people are not okay with it. There have
Yeah.
been many people who have complained that they've gone to see her and they were dissatisfied with the way she sounded, and that's a fair criticism because of the
Yeah,
fact that
especially if you don't know ahead of time.
yes, and the fact that I mean, Lauryn Hill also only has one album. I think people are expecting that.
It's
So
understandable.
yeah, it is understandable, but that's all I got.
Yeah, I don't have much to say either. I think it's a great show if you want to go see it. But you're gonna need to bring some patience with you and some tolerance with you.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, and my only last words are, make sure that you hit the link, check out Rabbit Hole. It'll be out in a few hours, and let us know what you think in the comments.
Oh yeah, please do.
Let us know what you think in the comments. We will be here. I will direct all those comments to JD. I can't answer those questions, but please ask them if you're in the comments or if you
Feel
want to
feel
shout him
free.
out. Do it, please do.
Right.
But yeah, that's our show.
All right. We will see y'all tomorrow.
Bye.